Yes, welcome to the Pro Wrestling Weekly podcast, yes. My name is Broken Josh Burrell, and tonight, me and my brothers, Brother Nation and Brother Reapers, we will become the podcast of gold. Delete, 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 delete.
We here at Pro Wrestling Weekly are deeply saddened to learn of everything that happened in Manchester. We are thinking of every single one that got injured or unlawfully killed in all the accident. And all we can say is we can all stand together.
Welcome, guys, to another episode of Pro Wrestling Weekly. I am your host, Steve, also known as Steve the Reaper. Follow me on Twitter, which will be in the description and down below. Let's get right into this podcast episode. So, I'm here with my co-host, Josh Morrell.
Yo, what's going on, man? The wrestling world's fucking shit so far. That's my opinion, but we'll get to that later.
Here's why. Sorry, I had to do that.
Oh, that's a what culture thing, isn't it?
Yes, sir, it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Haydn unfortunately could not be with us. He announced it on his Twitter. His grandfather passed away today. So if you guys want to send him your condolences and thoughts, his Twitter will be in the description down below. He wishes that he could be here, but I told him to not worry about it. He needs to take care of things on his end. So there we go. So kind of a short list topic-wise here today. Mm-hmm. And I feel like a jerk because there's actually a question that was asked a couple of podcasts ago and I totally forgot to answer it. So we'll get into one question from a few podcasts ago and then I'll do a little announcement on my end at the end of this podcast.
Awesome. So,
let's start with the one that has everybody divided into a 50-50. Jinder Mahal defeated Randy Orton to get the WWE Championship at Backlash. The era of Jinder Mahal is here, and I was shocked. I did not think it was going to happen, and here we are.
Yes, and what a horrible, horrible couple of days it's been. Why would you fucking make Jinder Mahal, a guy that was in 3MB 2 years ago, with Drew McIntyre, who's actually a good wrestler, and he stated it's a more decent wrestler than fucking Jinder Mahal? What the fucking fuck? Seriously. I just want to get Jinder, sit him right here, and strangle him. But let him breathe, and tell him to go and bloody hand in his resignation from WWE. That he should not be. He should be nowhere near that belt. The belt he should be aiming for is the Cruiserweight Championship because no one gives a fuck about that.
I think it's a little harsh on the Cruiserweight because Neville made it relevant.
That's true. That's true. But yeah, but is the Cruiserweight title the main thing that people talk about?
Not
like
really.
It was meant to be?
No.
The only thing that's going to get people talking about is Rey Mysterio coming back. Which, that's a possibility, but do I see that happening within the next 6 months? No. But do I see it happening soon? Yes. If WWE pays the right price. But yeah, I'm trying to avoid talking about Jinder whatsoever. Backlash as a whole was shit, to be honest. But that just topped it off. The shit icing on the shit cake. So basically, shit on top of a fruitcake. Because fruitcake is the worst. I don't care what anyone says. Fruitcake is Jinder, the whole Backlash pay-per-view, and then Jinder's the shit sandwich that goes on top. There you go. There's the analogy for you.
Well, there we have it. I actually saw a meme with a 3MB picture, and it was Jinder Mahal with the WWE Championship, Heath Slater with the Universal title, and Drew McIntyre with the NXT Champion.
That's gonna happen.
Honestly, I do, because that would be so hilarious.
Heath will get the same heat as Jinder will, and they'll want to push Heath as a babyface, because they don't see really anything in him as a heel anymore. So, I don't think that's going to be possible. Unless they want to turn him heel, and that's the way to do it then, I guess. To make him win. Because people will fucking hate it. I'd rather Heath become champion than Jinder. Because Heath actually knows what he's doing in the ring.
Pretty bold statement there.
Well, it's the truth. I'm sorry. Fight me. I don't care.
Fair enough. So there we go. It's an interesting year for wrestling. I will say that. Speaking of new champions, Pete Dunne is the new United Kingdom champion. So
well fucking deserved.
Yeah.
My lad. That match was fucking... And top it all off, even before the match even started, to hear that Oklahoma Sooners music once again brung the nostalgia back in me, because obviously I've been watching way longer than you have. So, to hear that music once again brung nearly I don't cry much when it comes to wrestling unless it's someone passing away, obviously. It's someone that I like anyway. But this almost brought me to that moment. And it was happy, because JR deserves to be where he is now. And he deserves to take however many dates he wants. But this is just... I think that I'm living in fantasy land again. And Nigel McGuinness is in the fucking company, by the way. Hello? Has anyone forgot that he's here? Because no one really watches NXT Weekly anyway. But now, with JR, possibly him and JR calling the show every week, like they'll probably do it like he does the New Japan shows, which apparently JR's still doing. So that's he's on both the biggest companies in the world. So it's mad. It's mad. And the match itself, my God, was absolutely phenomenal. Best match of that weekend.
Oh yeah.
Bar none.
100%.
And the UK guys, obviously, I'm a bit biased, always seem to kick ass. So this wasn't surprising how the work rate was, but it brought me back to a time where, you know, UK wrestling until recently has been dire shit, really, from 2007 to really 2015-16, say. So to have it to now where it is, where WWE having it featured on an American show, of having practically, well, this is the only negative I can say about it, is had no build, to be honest. No proper, like, month build, like, proper every week it's going to build to something. But they made chicken salad out of chicken shit, basically. What they were given by creative, I think it was top notch. Top notch class acts from both of them, and Dunn played a brilliant heel, but everyone just wanted to cheer him because he's so good. So, and I'm sad though he didn't come out with the Progress title at the Chicago show, but yeah, that's just me.
I thought he was going to, honestly. I think that would have been kind of a...
No, I think the UK show in Norwich was enough. That gets Progress out there just a little bit to fans. Because even though this rumour has been debunked and confirmed many times, but I would like to see Progress and ICW content on the network, because I'm sorry, but I don't want to pay £650 each for both services when I could all get it on the network. Even if I pay, say, $20 a month instead of $10, I'd rather that than just having to buy every separate service. So I do love ICW. I've just resubscribed to What Culture Extra, I've just, which, yeah, sucks for them, to be honest, to cancel their shows for the loaded. They've basically cancelled loaded again. And paying for Progress, paying for, what's that one, the American one, High Spots. It's just a hassle. So, my ideal world is to have every promotion on one network, to be honest. And if WWE could ever pull that off, that would be awesome. Like, say, TNA shows 1 hour, then Ring of Honor shows the next hour, and then practically unchanged in the product ways of them doing things, except for TNA. They can put WWE writers in there, because actually WWE writers will actually improve it, believe it or not. You know, they're currently actually in India, to be fair, TNA. So that's what I asked for stuff like this on different products on the same network, so then I don't have to pay lots of money for separate networks so I can get what I want. I know it's like an a la carte model now that they want to do, but I'm spoilt really with YouTube TV now. Now I watch Raw and SmackDown on there instead of watching it on my computer on Sky, which 480p shitty toaster quality. And now YouTube, I'm now watching it on my tablet in HD. It's fucking amazing. Yeah, but no, the match itself. Get back to the topic at hand. Yeah, it was brilliant. I couldn't say nothing bad about it except for the build. So
and the crowd, for being an American crowd, they were reacting really well to that match.
You're giving them less credit than they deserve. Chicago fans are really knowledgeable about wrestling because of someone who we shall not name for now. The beginning of the C and M's with and his name ends with a K, who's currently fighting in the Big Boy League. That's the only clues I've given.
It's okay.
Oh, punk. Chicago fans are more interested in it now because of that, and then just grown to love it more because of the action. So I know that half of that crowd have watched a Progress show before, watched an indie show like that, maybe even their own promotion, because Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate and Trent Seven, or maybe Trent Seven, I don't know, but they do own a wrestling promotion over here. I think it's Fight Club Pro, if I'm not mistaken, because they do run in Wolverhampton all the time, and that's one of their hometowns. So, yeah. So them fans, I'll give them a lot of credit. They were decent in that match. The rest of the night, spotty in places, because, to be honest, even though I love all the three women in that. Well, I'd say the one I like the least is Ruby Riott, but because I've liked Nikki Storm for a long time, and then Asuka. Oh, Asuka. And whether she's a heel or a babyface, I'll still cheer her on in the most weird way possible. But I won't say that weird way because that'd be weird and horrible. But yeah, no, Asuka's my favourite, and I'm glad she won that night as well. But no, the Chicago crowd was decent for this show. There was less plants of people going, "Oh fuck, we've just seen a good moment. Let's do a shock reaction so WWE can pay us more." You know, like Backlash was full off, and Jinder won the belt. But no, NXT overall was decent, better than the takeover shows have been in a long time. And am I right from the takeover shows are due to one should go back to Full Sail? I just miss the intimacy of it, even though I hate the Full Sail crowd except for one, but I won't go into that again.
I like the idea of them touring and making it like their own actual brand and going to different cities. I see both arguments though.
Yeah, but I just think of it going into the SmackDown arena as being a bit fake, being a bit like, you know. Oh yeah, it's only Little League, you know. Okay. Because then it being in Full Sail makes it more important because that's where they are. That's their homeland. And they travel to everywhere else. It's just a WWE venue. No, it's not. It's just I'm just afraid it becoming just another WWE event.
I can see that point.
Not just like special NXT, because NXT, believe it or not, is becoming more special now with the new influx like Drew. You said Galloway then, McIntyre, Bobby Roode, amazing. Dale Itami possibly turning heel, or even Cassius Ohno turning heel. So that's decent. Tommy End, Aleister Black, but I still will call him Tommy End because it's easier to say. The women's wrestlers coming in. So you got Ruby Riott, you got Sarah. I can't remember what her name is, but it's Crazy Mary Dobson. Peyton Royce and Billie Kay. Some of the jobber girls like Lacey Evans. So you got a good lot of talent coming in that's coming up that we should all keep eyes on the main product, the main TV show for. I still watch it every week. I haven't stopped really, except for when it got really bad last year. I watched it in bulk after I started watching it in bulk, but I've gotten back into it every week this year. So it's been decent. I've enjoyed it, and I'm glad they've changed all the look and everything.
Yeah.
Because the theme song for NXT, because they've been using that since the launch of the network. Yeah, they tweaked it a little bit for 2016, but that song's just getting old. So I'm glad they've the tweaks in production as well with the graphics and all that. I give a big gorilla thumbs up for that. So because I'm a media guy and I like stuff like that. So yeah, thumbs up for that. But yeah, no, WWE's always good with production, and maybe Full Sail limits them a bit. But if they're going to the UK, they're going to have to perform in almost smaller venues than Full Sail sometimes. So it wouldn't hurt to train the guys you're going to the UK to put an event in Full Sail. Especially if you ever stream an event in the UK live again that's in a small venue. Mind you, that one in Blackpool wasn't very small, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I got you.
But no, I enjoyed NXT overall, and I will be watching every week. And the recent tapings of the next feud is going to be a good one. I don't know who'll win afterwards. I hope. I can't really say because I don't want to. Okay, let me just say this. Spoiler warning, if you do not want to know about the next wave of NXT tapings, mute the audio, basically. The next title feud for the main belt is Bobby Roode versus Roderick Strong. So, I'm interested to see where that goes, as they've been building up Roderick Strong for a long time. So, I hope it may end in Roderick winning. I'd rather it not. I'd rather it be either Hideo or Drew Galloway. That's just my opinion, but you can unmute your audio if you're back, by the way. So yeah, NXT's getting exciting now, so that's decent. That's good.
Yeah, it's a pretty exciting time. I know that, like you, I kind of fell off the wagon a little bit in regards to watching it like almost weekly.
Mind you, by the time I fell off, the draft was happening, the brands were splitting, and you know, it's just having to pay attention to SmackDown is what lost my love for NXT a little bit back then, because like I had to pay attention to SmackDown now, because SmackDown was always I don't want to watch that. Just a repeat of Raw and then spliced in Raw replays.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, fuck that. Now with SmackDown being live, they don't show any Raw replays, and the fact that the brands are split. Don't get me wrong, the brand split was flawed in the beginning, because if you noticed on the Minitrons when they were advertising SmackDown pay-per-views on Raw and Raw pay-per-views on SmackDown, they've stopped that now.
Yeah, that bothered me. I didn't I understood, but it's like they're separate brands and they're doing that whole entire competing thing. It's like, come on, dude.
Yeah, they've now gotten with the program. So no, NXT is resurging again, and I hope they're bringing more talent, maybe even signing Adam Cole, maybe signing Kyle O'Reilly, maybe bringing back Red Dragon with Bobby Fish, I think. Hopefully they do. Hopefully they're bringing as many stars as possible, because Bobby Roode's going in the summer, I bet you. I bet you Bobby Roode's going in the summer, because Vince wants to use that glorious gimmick to fuck on T-shirts and merchandise and everything like that, music sales, even though the music's already sold loads, but they want to sell more because main roster sales go up and up and up. So Bobby Roode, I think, is going to be one of the main roster call-ups after SummerSlam. So possibly Hideo, but I don't think so. I think he'll be champion way before he goes to main roster.
I hope that's
so. Other than Bobby Roode, I don't see anyone getting called up. Maybe Roderick. I'm just too scared that he'll go to the cruiserweight division.
Yeah.
Women wise, Asuka's obviously a good shout. I'd like to see them call Sanity up next year because I just want to see Damo up in the main roster. To be honest, Damo's the only one I really like in that group. Eric Young's a close second. So I like Sanity, to be honest, and I definitely liked. He said Sarah Cross then, Nikki Cross, or Nikki Storm as I know her. But it's weird. Like actually going back a few years as well, it's weird to see now her on ICW, then TNA British Boot Camp, nearly getting to the final, and now she's in WWE. She's basically in every major promotion that I know of, and I think no, she wasn't in WCPW. She just signed to NXT when WCPW was getting formed. So yeah, I don't know in regards to main roster call-ups, but that's too far to call, to be honest. But no, NXT's getting good.
Yeah,
that's just the main point.
I personally, I just hope they don't do. Well, this is probably a cruel word to say, but I hope they don't do another poaching of NXT. Because that.
No, I don't think it's going to be. They haven't really got enough talent to do that.
I know, but
unless they call up NXT jobbers.
Yeah, that would be a waste.
Like, they're pushing this. I don't know what his name is, but they've used him in a Rocket League video. And oh, the first time he's been seen on anything, Brendan Williams. I think his name is in NXT. I think he'll get some sort of rub. And Patrick Clark and his new gimmick. I said to myself as soon as I saw it, no offence to any community I might offend, but I'd say, is this the LGBT character they're talking about? That's what I thought, because it looked very flamboyant. He looked Orlando Jordan-esque from TNA. When he awkwardly squirted body cream on him that looked like gentleman's, you know what, fluid. So, yeah, it splotted that to me. So, I don't think the gimmick will get over. I don't think it's intended to get over. I think it's just intended to keep him busy. So, I don't see him going anywhere with that. Just to note that almost all the Tough Enough competitors are gone.
Yeah, and to your point about the Velveteen Dream, I thought it was a women's wrestler. I'm not kidding. I was like, oh, okay, it's a new women's wrestler that they're trying to push early. Okay, and then you find out that it's Patrick from Tough Enough, and it's like, oh, so it's it's not a women's wrestler. Okay.
I just thought. When I first saw him, like, in their promo packages, I swore that was Orlando Jordan. But was Orlando Jordan coming back? But, nah, he's probably retired now. Nah, it's got to be Orlando Jordan. And then I see Patrick Clark. He looks like Orlando Jordan, but he ain't Orlando Jordan. And I look closer, oh yeah, it's Patrick from Tough Enough. That was a flop of a series. By the way, recap back. That series was fucked. Because one, that was in the middle of the Hogan scandal. Two, he got fired midway through the show, literally. They had to replace him with Miz. When he wasn't doing as well as he's doing now, in 2015. Yeah. He's just coasting with Sandow. But, oh, that's another travesty, Sandow going. But anyway, and the people coming out of there, the worst offender to me, who annoyed me the most, was ZZ.
Yeah.
Like, and then second came Sarah. It was basically the people who people wanted to go in. I sort of voted for them as like, they're probably going to win anyway. Zizzy didn't end up winning, which is fucking great. But but Sarah Lee unfortunately did end up winning. And where did that get her? Fucking some NXT star and getting pregnant. Oh yes, well done. Well done.
I'm gonna be honest.
You're now known as a possible ring rat. Well done. Oh, that's a really bad accusation. Allegedly. Allegedly.
I'm gonna be honest. I voted for her because she was a hometown girl. I was like, yeah, I'd like to see her. And then she.
One British, then no one British. So I felt left out.
At least you have Nikki Cross, right?
Yeah, but she didn't come from Tough Enough, did she? Right. She came actually from Dignity.
She paid her dues.
Oh, shots fired. What? Oh dear.
But yes, NXT finally getting back on that, being good. And I'm very excited.
Mm-hmm.
So, Money in the Bank, the SmackDown exclusive pay-per-view. Why it's SmackDown exclusive? I don't know, Vince.
Bollocks, that's what that is.
Yeah.
Absolute cock and balls. That's what it is.
I'm sorry. It makes me giggle when people mention
say cock.
Yes. I'm immature. It's okay. Anyway,
We all are.
So
you're a wrestling fan and you're immature. No offense, but yeah, basically. We was in the Attitude Era told to suck it. Come on, is that? And people were doing it in school and getting suspended. In America.
Hold on. Quick sidebar. When I was in 5th grade, and this was probably whenever DX made the return back in like the PG era.
That horrible, yeah, that horrible one.
Yeah, there was 2 kids on the playground I was hanging out with, and they told me to suck it. I was like, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that means.
Basically, he's like, all right.
No, Josh, that's not. That's not what happened.
Oh dear, we might have to edit that one out. Oh dear.
Nope. No.
Oh no, fuck.
That's staying in. You said
no.
Worse.
Fuck. Yeah, people have said worse, to be fair.
Anyways, Money in the Bank. Oh man.
I've just accused you of fucking sucking off a child.
Now that's child pornography, kids, and we don't like that.
No, we don't. We do not like that. That is true. We do not like that. We do not.
Not at all. 100% do not condone.
We are not that sort of people.
No. That's just screwed up.
Yes, it is screwed. And fucked.
Yeah. So anyway, Money in the Bank, that went dark real quick. I just want to focus on the participants, and you may have to fill in anybody that I miss. So, if I remember correctly, it's going to be AJ Styles, Baron Corbin, Dolph Ziggler, Sami Zayn, Shinsuke Nakamura, and oh no,
KO.
Oh, he's in the match too?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there we go. Okay. So, it's an interesting lineup.
First time Nakamura and Styles have been in the WWE ring except for a tag match together match.
Yeah, so, I don't know. I know that this is a little early to do a predictions in regards to who's going to become Mr. Money in the Bank.
Mm-hmm.
But I think 4 possibilities, just off at the top of my head, of people I'd like to see. Styles, Corbin, Zayn, and Nakamura.
Mm-hmm. I think, what I can tell, I think Corbin's going to win it, but I want it to go to Nakamura. Just get him away from Dolph as far as possible.
Yeah, that match was, it was okay.
Disappointing, because it was almost the same match it was in London, so, yeah, you can imagine how bored I was. Well, not bored, but it was just waiting for the music to hit and then to sing along, basically, which is not good.
Yeah.
Nakamura is capable of great matches we've seen in NXT.
Oh yeah.
Alright. I'm sad. This shouldn't have been his main roster call up. The way it's turned out, no, it should have been called up earlier, but this shouldn't have been how it. This shouldn't have been how it is. It should have been way better than it is.
Oh, for sure.
So, to put it back on the right track, Nakamura needs to win the briefcase.
No, I agree. And to your point, I think that's like an issue for a few of the NXT stars that got called up, like American Alpha, for an example. My dad,
they're so wasted.
Yeah, like I was talking them up to my dad, and he saw their matches on SmackDown. He's like, they're not even that good. I was like, but they are good at NXT.
They are.
Yeah.
This is the worst case of it all, because I'm a special case because I went to one of the best shows that I've ever been to, in my opinion, that wasn't Paul Heyman, that wasn't a one-man show from inside the ropes. That was fucking awesome. Vlog on my channel, link will be in the description. There you go, Steve, some more work. The American Alphas on the NXT London show, or Takeover London, as I should properly say. If I'm get WWE to sue me for not saying names, might as well say the proper one, hey. But no, their match went on. I think it was first. Yeah, they went on first. And go back to the NXT episode after that, after December, was it the 12th or the 15th? No, December the 16th, the week after that. Because that reaction, that pop, it was they did turn the volume down a little bit. That pop was mad. Absolutely fantastic. They are brilliant. And definitely, if you're bored and want to watch a match, watch that entire show. Sami Zayn comes back from injury on that show as well, and that was a good pop too. That night was just full of pops, and it's just sad to see the UK crowd starting to deteriorate because there's more wrestling coming around, and basically like the American crowds. Next will be like Grand Rapids, Mississippi or something, like in regards to noise levels, which is absolutely silent because they don't speak or talk. It's just like fan noise. So, yeah, American Alpha is just a lost cause now. So you might as well send them back to NXT. Don't release them, because they actually are good talent. Yeah, I feel like the 2017 lot of releases, we'll see them too in it. Maybe not Gable, because Gable's more of a talking point, because he tried for the Olympics in London. So, he's more of a talking point than Jordan is. Even though he's trained at the same things as Shelton Benjamin did. Which that is a travesty that he's not back yet.
Yeah.
What are they thinking? That's basically what I say about West Ham every day. So, basically, my two favourite interests are coming together. What are they thinking? What are WWE thinking? What are West Ham thinking? All into one. So, football, footy, lads. Anyway. I could go forever for how NXT stars have been mistreated on the main roster. I can't think of any one of them that have been, except for can't even say Samoa Joe, really. Seth Rollins is the only one I can think of, and Roman Reigns, that have been very successful within the NXT umbrella. Can't really say Bray Wyatt, because he's only won one world title. And that was a very short reign. It was from Elimination Chamber to WrestleMania. Mm-hmm. So, but it's not. It wasn't. I rewatched it the other day, and it's nice to hear Mara's voice again. And I watched boxing earlier, and Mara's voice was on it, and it was good. So, Mara's. I can't wait until Mara calls pro wrestling again. I'm thinking it's probably going to be on New Japan Pro Wrestling on Access, which I don't get. Not even on YouTube TV yet. So, hashtag put Access TV on YouTube TV, please. Thank you. Please put it on there so I can watch New Japan. For free, please. That'd be nice.
And then the last official topic, the Mae Young Classic Women's Tournament is going to be occurring in either next month or in a couple of months. I didn't really pay attention.
I think it is July. I will research that, but I'm glad they've changed the name to Mae Young Classic. Yeah, because Mae, even though no one really knew her wrestling until she did the stuff with the WWF, but Mae Young was a great women's. In fact, one of one of the first major American women's wrestlers of all time, really. So May paved the way, really, for women's wrestling as we know it. So, like, the rough and tumble and the actual wrestling, and you know you're going to get fucking done in when you wrestle, mate, or not sexual, but, like, you're going to physically get hurt by Mae Young when another woman stepped in the next corner in the ring. So, no, Mae Young, obviously, Mae Young and the Fabulous Moolah were a team when the WWF was starting to get them back into the fold and throughout the years to come, but Moolah hasn't been that well received in shoot interviews, saying she's been a bit bossy, so May was more of the fun-loving type that she'll do anything. And the fact she took that fucking powerbomb off the stage, but I don't know if you've seen it, by Barbara Ray Dudley.
Mm-hmm.
Damn! a woman like that, taking that sort of a bump, and apparently, according to Barbara Ray, she farted afterwards, which that's the funniest thing, because Mae Young didn't give a shit. Like, that is the woman who, if she never gave a shit, not obviously like that, but not taking table bumps or anything, but like just not giving a care when you're around, just doing whatever the fuck you want. That's sort of a woman you need in your life, really. Like a woman that doesn't really, but cares for you and loves you and all that, and you love back, but like it's just a mutual thing, Like Mae Young's so good. But anyway, yeah, the Mae Young Classic. I think it's in July. I'm looking it up now, but I'm looking forward to it, especially with people. It is July actually. July 13th and 14th and they're going to be taping it Full Sail.
Oh, good.
So yeah. But in regards to potential competitors, I would like to see Nixon Yule, maybe Session Moth Martina. That's the fact they've got the OTT partnership, and she mainly wrestles for OTT. So we might see her. I don't think we may see the gimmick, but we won't see it with a beer. I'll tell you that. The WWE obviously a very, don't show alcohol on thing unless it's Steve Austin. So, yeah.
There you go.
So, other than opponent, other ones, maybe include a few NXT people there as well. So you've got Crazy Mary Dobson, not the big ones like Asuka, of course, but the only thing that I don't understand with this is how what they're going to be awarded with a title shot. They can't really award a women's championship because every brand has a women's championship, and they can't really do an entire women's show. Not now, anyway. Maybe soon, but I don't see it happening too soon.
What I'm thinking they may do is like similar to the Dusty Classic and the Andre the Giant Battle Memorial, where they get a trophy. I think that's what they're going to end up doing.
I think it would be that and the title shot of the NXT Women's Championship.
Well, there you go then.
But again, I could see Viper getting in it as well, because the World of Sport Wrestling sort of thing's probably collapsed. Because I don't know if you know the guy, but Alex Shane, who was a beneficiary in the whole World of Sport thing coming together, he was helping with the production and was a commentator with JR on the first ever show. Americans probably didn't have easy access to it, but if you're from the UK, you'll know this if you watched it. But yeah, he's back with WCPW, which I don't think he was allowed to do when he was with ITV. So if he's back with them, that could mean that I think WOS has fallen. So maybe Viper could come in. I don't know. Women's wrestlers, there's not a lot of them outside. Maybe that girl that was, or woman, sorry, that was talked about for having Bayley's move. Fuck right off. Bayley does a shit fucking elbow drop. I'm sorry, but it's shit. Like, what I've seen of this, whatever her name, I'm not going to say her name because I probably will say it wrong. I normally say Japanese and Chinese and all that, and then that name's wrong. So I won't attempt it, but if you know the person, you do. She actually tweeted this morning of her doing the elbow drop, and maybe the fact that maybe the rumours are not true, but hopefully they're not true, but just, if they are, why the fuck are they taking a move of someone when this person who you are signing actually does the move better than the person you're labelling the move after? Bailey's elbow drop is fucking shit. I just don't get it. And everyone uses the elbow drop. Elbow drop's the most commonly used move in wrestling. And guess what? It's not even Bailey's move. It's Macho Man, ooh yeah, Randy Savage's move. Like, fuck, what, the way that they're, I don't know. Making me think about the bad stuff is making me mad, but as a whole, I hope this tournament turns out well, and for the wrestlers, for the fans that attend it. The only thing I'm not too happy about is I'm hearing it probably is going to be taped and not live. So yeah, so I'm going to know basically near enough to the final. The final will be live, so I'm going to know up to the final what's going to happen. And I won't stay away from those wrestling sites, so that's just a shit deal, really. As the Cruiserweight Classic as well. If that was live, that would have been the icing on top of the cake. It was good anyway, but it would have been 100% good if it was live, but it wasn't until the special, like the main event thing, so... Yeah, that's all I've got to say about it, really, but I'm glad it's happening. I thought the women's tournament wasn't going to happen a couple of months ago because they never talked about it until the investment thing when they did it, so, yeah. All good things are coming, but just not yet.
For sure. So we're going to wrap up the episode with a question and a little announcement, a personal announcement. Okay, yeah, we'll go with that. So this question was on episode 31 of Pro Wrestling Weekly. It's from Alan O'Brien, and it's a two-parter. Hey Josh and Steve, I have a couple of questions for you guys. My first one is, what is your favorite stage setup / design for Raw or SmackDown or pay-per-view? My second question is, if you could rebook any angle in wrestling differently, what would it be and what would you do different about it? Thanks, and I hope you answer my questions. I love the podcast. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Alan, for sending in your questions, I should say. So, I think I know what your favorite design for the stage is, Josh.
Go on then, tell me and I'll say if you're wrong, because you're probably wrong.
The Fist stage for SmackDown.
Wrong.
Whoa, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
the Backlash stage. The Backlash stage from I think so, I'll say the 01 one where the swinging swords of death. Have you seen them? No?
I don't think so.
I'm talking out my arse. No, I'm not talking out my arse. I know what I'm talking about. I think it's tied between that and the Fist. And maybe the old Raw set from 2001 where they changed it from just having the static WWF logo to having the video wall with the WWF logo on it as well. That is one. They're three of my favourites, in my opinion. So, but the Fist is not the one.
Dang, I really thought it was.
So you were wrong.
For as much as you talked about, I was like, whoa.
Oh yeah. I've bigged it up, but I've never had the opportunity to talk about Backlash until Backlash became shit in 2017.
For me personally, the WrestleMania stages honestly are pretty awesome to see, so I'm kind of biased in regards to that. I'd have to say.
Number 4 was the WrestleMania 33 stage.
Yeah, I was about to say WrestleMania
33. It's creeping up, but it's not the favourite. I'm more of an old school guy, and I'll more gravitate towards the old school stuff. I've been watching wrestling for more than some people have been born, which is fucking weird. So,
And then the second question of if you could book any angle differently, I kind of feel... I feel like this is a standard answer for any wrestling fan. I would have to say... Well, I actually have two. The WCW Invasion, and then...
yeah.
Obviously, this wasn't a... I mean, they fit it into a storyline, but it was a real-life thing. The Montreal Screwjob.
I don't think they could have done that any better, to be honest. The Montreal Screwjob.
I think for me, like, I wish the circumstances were a little bit different. You know?
Well, for my answer with rebooking, it was good. I'll say a couple, and I'll give you the reasons why as well to flesh out maybe hashtag content. First was the WCW ECW Invasion. First of all, I'd scrap ECW and bring in people like Goldberg, Sting. But Sting wouldn't ever come in at that rate because of his beliefs and everything, which is absolutely fine. But Sting, even obscure people like Vampiro, and maybe even AJ Styles actually sign him, and maybe I'm a part of that mix of people of underrated stars and then bigger names. Maybe even Hogan at a push. So, yeah, that, and then Austin's heel turn in 01. I'd definitely rebook that to make him more dislikable. Because Austin was so hot at the time. There was no stopping him being a babyface, and it took them until November to realise that. So, yeah, November of 01 anyway, after the WWF won the Alliance. So, that, and then the final one, I'd have to say, the entire run of Drew McIntyre. I would have put him as the first Scottish/British WWE champion. Definitely, because he would have one boosted UK market and the Scottish market. So that's and Drew McIntyre is a decent wrestler, so I wouldn't be mad. I'd actually be that would be one of the most happiest moments when if he ever does win the main WWE Championship. Obviously, the NXT Championship is important, but it's not the main head honcho belt. That's just my opinion. But no, that the Alliance, and then Austin's heel turn, and then Drew McIntyre.
Well, there you go. Alan, thank you so much for listening to Pro Wrestling Weekly and for sending in your questions. And also, guys, if you want to send in questions yourself, you can either comment on the YouTube video or you can tag our the podcast Twitter account at PWW Wolfpack. So, the personal announcement, and I'm going to give you guys a little teaser near the end here.
Oh dear.
First off, I had applied for a writing position for a wrestling news website. Now, as you guys know, I contribute some stuff to Inner Wrestling Nerd that wasn't paid, nor is the thing that I applied for now. This isn't paid, but I'm not, like, wasn't official, right? For those of you that have heard of PWStream, .co.uk, they sent out a tweet saying that they were looking for writers. They were interested in people applying, so I took the opportunity to apply, and they had messaged me a couple of weeks ago saying that they were a big fan of my writing for Inner Wrestling Nerd, which that doesn't happen very often, and I don't mean to toot my own horn. Oh, man, I'm getting excited talking about it. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but stuff like that doesn't really happen, especially with other wrestling news websites. So anyway, I sent in the application yesterday. Yeah, well, along with my writing portfolio that had all my articles for Inner Wrestling Nerd, and got an email back today, and I would like to officially announce that I am a writer for PWStreams. So,
congrats, bro.
Thank you.
Yes.
So, there's that. I'm very excited for this opportunity. 'Cause I'm all about seizing opportunities, and this one's a pretty big one, and I look forward to helping them reboot their site and posting articles for them. Everything that they had incentive-wise and just hearing great stuff about them, checking them out, it's perfect. It's a really great situation, so I'm very excited about that. I finished up high school, so I'm on break now.
Yay, you're finally out of jail.
Yeah. So,
high school's fucking shit for me, but there you go.
At
least you're out of it now.
Yeah. So I'll be graduating next week, and then I plan on doing Pro Wrestling weekly now, so...
Yay! That's the best announcement of them all. Not Pro Wrestling Monthly anymore.
Yeah. We'll have that consistency back for a while.
Hashtag content.
There you go.
Oh, dear.
And then I'll leave you guys with this teaser.
Oh. I think I know about this one, so...
You do know about this one.
I do.
You think alike.
I do. I didn't know about the PWStream one.
Yeah, that one
caught me totally off guard.
Yeah. So, we have been in the works with certain people, and I'm getting things finalized on my end. I'm pretty much ready to hit the green light on it.
Give me the green light, 'cause I'm ready to go.
And I'm hoping that we can officially announce this new venture before Extreme Rules. That is my goal. Have everything set up.
If we get it done earlier, we'll announce it on social media, on our YouTube pages, and obviously on the podcast as well.
Exactly.
The podcast Twitter will be the first to announce it, and then we will, in due course, once we get everything finalised and pictures sent and stuff like that, and documents sent over and everything, that we can finally... We're basically putting an embargo on ourselves. So, it's exciting. I've helped with this a lot. Not tooting my own horn, but I've sort of put the floodgates onto this, so I can't wait to see what comes out of it, and hopefully you will be excited as much as we are, as we know about it.
Well, there you go.
Definitely.
And I will say it's been something that personally I've been trying to do for a couple of years in regards to Pro Wrestling Weekly, and I think I've been asking around, and people are also excited about this and willing to... I don't want to say what they would do because I think
because that would be an obvious clue, wouldn't it? But everyone that we in our private circles, because I've told some people that don't have an online presence, like do not tweet, do not anything, so I can trust them not leaking out anything, and literally they're they don't want to. When a secret's a secret, it's a secret. And he said that I can do something like this. It's awesome. So when it's announced, expect me to be marking out the fact that it's announced, because I've been working on doing something like this as well for my personal self, putting this on the ground for a number of years too, because obviously we've been on any sort of social media platform for a long time. Like I have nearly 9 years now, will be next year, and to do something like this has blown my mind. The fact that people are open to this idea of doing what we want and doing how it is and what we have planned is, like, I couldn't have asked for a better company to work with, but obviously that's what I'll keep it as. But I just want to... They know who they are, and thank you for cooperating with us the best way you can. I couldn't appreciate it anymore. So thank you very much. But yeah, definitely get excited. But I'm just waiting with bated breath as well as everyone else is when it gets announced. I know what it is, but when it gets announced, we will let you know on our separate social medias as well as the main Twitter account. I'll try and get that updated as much as possible, and so will everyone else.
There you go.
I think Haydn's still got the password for it, but yeah, no, we'll definitely will keep you updated as long as we know, and when our personal embargo lifts. Yep. So yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, and the only reason why I'm giving you guys this teaser, because I'm not a fan of teasing stuff unless I know that we're pretty sure going through with this. And I can confidently say, after being in contact via email, talking to Josh and Haydn, getting everything set up, I am very confident in teasing this for you guys. And for those of you that are loyal listeners, you're going to like this one, definitely.
Let me just say, this is what we're going to end with. These final words, I want the podcast to end with, obviously, except for our outro, but it's worth the wait. It
is. It truly is. So, with that being said, I got goosebumps talking about it. That's weird. That's going to wrap it up for this podcast, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, please make sure to slam that like button below if you are on YouTube. Subscribe on iTunes and on YouTube. Subscribe to all of our channels. Turn on notifications. Follow all of us on Twitter for the latest updates. And with that being said... Oh, actually, hold on. There's one more thing I need to address.
Oh, God.
For the YouTube version of the podcast, somebody had actually asked me, why don't I show video game content like 2K17? The reason why I haven't done it, nor have I tested it as of lately, is because the last time I tried doing a gameplay video, Sony Vegas somehow screwed it up and it would not render the video. So that's the only reason why I'm not showing any 2K17 footage for the YouTube version of Pro Wrestling Weekly. So that is why. But
we may reconsider it if we try it again and it gets better.
Yeah.
Because, it's something that feedback is integral to what we do. And if we change the format, obviously, of anything you see, definitely let us know in comments or Twitter accounts, or the Twitter account at PWW Wolfpack. Definitely let us know there. Because if you reach our separate Twitter accounts, the mentions could get filled up, and it's just a mess that way. So Twitter's just an arsehole sometimes. But yeah, anyway, if you definitely want to give some feedback, definitely either in the YouTube comment section, but it's easier for all of us to reply at the Pro Wrestling Weekly Twitter account, which is PWW Wolfpack. So I just want to get that out there. Definitely send us feedback, because we would like definitely to improve the show in future with what you guys have to say, because we want to make the show as much as we like it, as much as you like it, if you know what I mean. We want to like it as much as you, but we want you to like it as well as we do. We want the love to come out to you, like you love us, like we love it, and then it'll go around the full circle, basically. So, it definitely helped have some, even criticism, constructive, so you're not blasting us completely, because that's obviously, wrong, but definitely constructive criticism or feedback in any way, shape or form is always welcome to these sort of things. So yeah, I've got nothing else to say, because I'll be rattling on too long, and we don't want that, and I'm tired, and I'm kind of wanting to go to bed.
We won't waste any more time then. Again, thank you guys for tuning in and listening. If you're on iTunes, leave us a 5-star rating, comment, give us a review, all that good stuff. And with that being said, we will see you in the next episode of Pro Wrestling Week.